morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice the Radio. So with Mask of Change, the latest Pokemon TCG set releasing on Friday in Japan, it is time for us to have a look at pull rates and secret rares. Now, what is a little bit upsetting, they do this every time in advance of a new set. Over on the Japanese YouTube channel, they go and open a booster box, and we get to see a number of new secret rares, and this makes me very happy. Today the number was 0. But it's alright, because then they went and showed us Kieran. They didn't pull it from their box, but they did go and get special art rare Kieran. As a side note, I am 99% confident there is going to be a Carmine special art rare. We haven't seen it yet, but I'm very, very confident there is going to be a Carmine to go along with this. Of course, we were shown the full art Kieran the other day, which was done by Ghidorah. And just as a side note, Ghidorah and T-Zero are two of the artists I met at Creatures in August when I went to the World Championships. So seeing these two cards done by Ghidorah and T-Zero is kind of lovely. But once again, and the regular art is here as well, obviously. And once again, you can use this to see the difference between full arts and special art rares. Special illustration rares, we would call them. Japan goes special art rare. Because you see, they are the same card. They are very much the same card. And they've got the same character, but the style is not the same. Full arts are very much focused on the character with a bit of a background, and they look kind of cool. But special art rares are just something more. You've got the dude in the back with a mask. You've got the kid with a Pikachu mask who's reaching for something. You've got the candy apples. There's something about special art rares that you look at them compared to full arts and you're like, okay, yeah, mate, I get this. And like I say, we've seen the full art of Carmine. And again, if we look at the full arts of Carmine and Kieran next to each other, they look kind of similar. Real focus on the character, bit of a background, job's a good one. It's not like the special art rare, but if you've played the Teal Mask, and let's be clear, Mask of Change is very much based on the Teal Mask DLC. If you've played the Teal Mask, you're going to look at these cards and the entire set and go, oh, okay, cool. It's a Teal Mask set. And that's why Carmine and Kieran get supporter cards. It's why Carmine and Kieran get full arts. And it's why they are both going to get special art rares. As it stands at the moment, they haven't revealed the Carmine special art rare. I suppose technically there might not be one. But come on. There is definitely going to be one. What does Kieran actually do? We get to choose one of the following things. Either you switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench, or you basically choose your Pokemon basically your Pokemon do an extra 30 damage to EXs and Vs this turn. So it's either a 30 damage bump this turn or a switch. And I've told you about Kieran before, and what I told you before is exactly how I feel now. Look at Tate and Liza. Tate and Liza was a switch or a shuffle draw 5. No one ever wanted to use it as a switch. You wanted to use it as a shuffle draw 5. But if you played Tate and Liza enough, you had many games where you had to switch. And if it wasn't for Tate and Liza, you wouldn't be able to switch. But you did have Tate and Liza, so you could. So that's the new secret rare. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. We're only a couple days away from seeing the full line of secret rares, and of course you know the deal at this stage. As soon as we know all the secret rares, there will be a video on Thursday where I come and show you all the secret rares, because that's the kind of thing that I do. For now, what are we looking at in terms of pull rates? Well, Japanese boxes are pretty standard and pretty generous. You see, they get 4 of the 8 EXs. Now this time around they actually got 3 Terra EXs. That is your Grass Terra Ogerpon, your Water Terra, Teal Mask and Wellspring Mask, and Terra Dragonite. 3 Terra EXs in one box. But of course, there are 5 Terra EXs in the set because of the 4 Ogerpon, so you would expect at least 2 per box, maybe more. And then they've got Blissey as well. I love Blissey for what it's worth. Blissey's the one where free energy 180 and you draw till you got 6 cards in your hand. Plus it's got an ability that lets you move 1 basic energy to another Pokemon during your turn. Really, really good. Now, if you buy one box, you get 4 EXs. There are 8 EXs in the set. So this is where I do my usual thing and I ask you the question, can anybody off the top of their head think of the 4 EXs that were not hit in this box? And I'll be honest with you, 2 of them should be pretty easy. Because, of course, you've got the Cornerstone Mask and the Half-Flame Mask. They are the other 2 Ogerpon. And then you've got Palafin, and you've got Luxray, and they are all of the 8 EXs. I used to buy one box of Japanese sets and then pick up singles. I've taken to picking up 2, because of Ace Specs, more on that in a moment. But here, in theory, if you're lucky, you buy 2 boxes, you get the 8 EXs, you go home a happy bunny. Yay! But you also do get the aforementioned Ace Spec. Now, there are 3 per set in Japan, and look, this is now the 4th box where we've had Ace Specs, because we had the double set Wild Force and Cyber Judge, then we had Crimson Haze, now we've got this, and all of them have had 3 Ace Specs in. And they have now all been 1 per box. So I'm not saying they're guaranteed 1 per box forever, and they're guaranteed 3 per set forever, but I am telling you that we are now 4 sets in. I know one was a double set, but it's still 4 individual sets. And we are 4 for 4. There are 3 per box, as in 3 total that can be pulled, and then 1 per box. You get 1 Ace Spec at random from those 3 per box. Cool. What did they get this time round? They got Scoop Up Cyclone. That is a reprint, of course, of the old Scoop Up Cyclone we had during Gen 5. And it lets you pick up one of your Pokemon. Is it the best one from this set? No. Be honest with you, it's not. Is it a cool Ace Spec? Yeah. Yeah, it's not too bad. So if it's not the best Ace Spec from this set, apparently we can do better. How can we do better? Well, one way we can do better is Legacy Energy. Legacy Energy is one that people are getting pretty excited about. It is any energy, and also it means you give up 1 less prize when you get KO'd. It's phenomenal. It's absolutely brilliant. The fact that it counters any energy with no downside, ridiculous. The fact that it also then gives your opponent 1 less prize when they KO the Pokemon to which it is attached, ridiculous. Great card. I'll be honest with you, Scoop Up Cyclone is by a bit of a margin my least favourite of the Ace Specs in this set. So, sorry. And then, of course, you got Secret Box. Now, apparently not everyone is quite as high on Secret Box as I am. I don't really care. I think Secret Box is nuts. I think it's brilliant. I think it's wonderful. I think it's amazing. I think it is a redonkulous card, and I'm a gigantic fan of it. Basically, what we've got here is a card. Now, you've got to discard 3 cards from your hand to use it, which obviously is a bit of a pain. But then when you do, you get to search your deck for an item card, and a Pokemon tool, and a supporter, and a stadium. And you add all of that up together, and you're like, oh, yeah, no, that's kind of ridiculous. And then we've got ourselves, 3 of the artwork rares. Now, we've been here since Scarlet and Violet Base at this point, which, remember, were 2 different sets over in Japan. We've been here for many, many sets. Every single set so far has had 12 artwork rares over in Japan, what we would call illustration rares. I refuse to believe at this point it's going to change anytime soon. So you get 3 out of the 12. Now here my 2-box theory falls down a little bit, because you only get 6 illustration rares. There are 12 different, even if you don't double up. And the other day I bought 2 boxes of the same set in Japan and got the exact same 3 illustration rares in both boxes, which was a little bit sad. But even if you don't double up at all, you still only get 6 out of the 12. Plus, of course, you're only getting 2 of the 3 Ace Specs. Maybe I just need to start buying a 3rd box. I don't know. All I can tell you is getting 3 of these per box is awesome. And then, of course, you do get 1 actual secret rare this time around. They got a full art Carmine, which is cool. It's not a special illustration rare, and it's a little bit sad it's one that had been previously revealed, but it's still quite nice to see. So overall, these were their pulls, and what do you see? 4 of the 8 EXs. Remember, if it's a mini set, an A set, or it's part of a double set, there are 6 EXs per set. But where it's a single set like this or Ruler of the Black Flame, which I believe are the only 2 we've actually seen in the Scarlet and Violet era, you get 8 EXs, so you get 4 out of 8 per box. You get 1 of the 3 Ace Specs, you get 3 of the 12 artwork rares, and then you get 1 full art or above full art supporter, full art Pokemon, special illustration rare Pokemon or supporter, or a gold card, one of that genre. Now, I've opened boxes with a 5th Pokemon V, what would now be EX. I've opened boxes with 2 proper super rares. As in, not illustration rares. But they are few and far between. I've got lucky at times, but generally speaking, this is it. And look, when you open a box, you get 4 EXs, 3 illustration rares, a proper secret rare, and an Ace Spec. That's pretty good from one box, especially given that, in Japan, the boxes are running 5,500 yen. It's only $35 over in Japan. It's really quite cheap, or, £29. They're absurdly good, and I love them. But there we go. That's what you need to know. I showed you a new secret rare like I promised. I've shown you the pull rates like I promised, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about these. Tell me what you're excited about from the set. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Get us! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. And of course, get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Uriel Rojas, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.